Wrestling is scripted until it's not. Sometimes the performers throw out of the script and go completely rogue, shocking the fans, the company, and even their opponents. These are 10 times wrestlers went off script in WWE. To kick off our list, we start with CM Punk's pipe bomb. During a 2011 episode of Monday Night Raw, CM Punk essentially took the show hostage to deliver arguably his greatest ever promo. In the knowledge that he had 1 foot out of the company ahead of his expiration of his WWE contract, the voice of the voiceless unleashed a ruthless criticism of those in the boardroom. No one was spared, to the point that CM Punk's mic got ultimately cut off upon mentioning of a personal story about then CEO Vince McMahon. CM Punk later admitted, whilst he did run a promo by Vince McMahon, he went completely off script during his actual delivery. Next is Ric Flair. On a very strange moment in WWE in 2016, it was a segment on SmackDown where Ric Flair joined his daughter Charlotte and her challenger Natalya in the ring to build hype for an upcoming Women's Championship match. As Natalya made a bold claim that her uncle, Bret Hart, could beat Flair in a one-on-one match, Ric Flair wasn't having it. He fired back by recording past victories over Bret Hart, but then things took a dark and shocking turn. To the surprise of everyone in the arena, Ric Flair told Natalya, "Kill yourself." Though WWE quick to cut the line from a pre-taped SmackDown broadcast, fans in attendance heard it loud and clear, leaving many stunned by how Flair went off script. Next is Batista and Chris Jericho. At the time, WWE was deep into its PG era, with Vince McMahon pushing a strict, no-blood policy to maintain a more family-friendly image. But during a steel cage match between Batista and Chris Jericho, things took a shocking turn. Midway through the bout, Batista was seen bleeding heavily, the result of a blading incident that had been strictly banned. Vince was furious. Batista was slapped with a massive $100,000 fine. Jericho later confirmed on his Talk Is Jericho podcast that he too was fined, despite not doing the blading himself. And Vince didn't stop there. Road agent Dean Malenko and referee Mike Chioda were also punished. All that for a decision that was never in the script. Next is SummerSlam 2008. At SummerSlam 2008, Shawn Michaels stepped into the ring to address rumors of his retirement. What was supposed to be a heartfelt promo quickly turned intense when Chris Jericho interrupted. In the middle of their heel rivalry, Jericho accused Michaels of backing out because of him, demanding he admit it right there in front of the crowd. As Shawn and his wife Rebecca turned to leave, Jericho took a swing at Shawn Michaels. But when Shawn ducked, disaster struck. Jericho's punch accidentally connected with Rebecca's face, landing a real unplanned shot that stunned everyone in attendance. It was never part of the script, but it made the feud even more personal and unforgettable. Next is Perry Saturn. Back in the day, it wasn't unusual for veteran wrestlers to get rough with inexperienced talent. But in 2001, Perry Saturn took things way too far. During a match with enhancement talent Mike Bell, Saturn snapped after a couple of botched spots. He began stiffing Mike Bell very hard, delivering real punishing shots that left Bell legitimately injured. The incident caused major heat backstage, and WWE made sure Saturn paid the price. As punishment, he was saddled with a bizarre new moppy gimmick. What followed was one of the strangest character spirals in WWE history, all sparked by a violent, unscripted outburst. Next is another unscripted moment that didn't sit well with the McMahon family. This time, it was Stephanie McMahon who was left absolutely furious. In late 2013, tensions were running high between the legendary Rose family and the McMahon family. During a heated segment on Monday Night Raw, the late great Dusty Rhodes found himself face to face with Triple H. But just as things reached a boiling point, Dusty caught a glimpse of Stephanie approaching from the side. Without warning, he turned and planted his hand right in her face, pushing her away in a moment that stunned the live crowd. According to backstage reports, Stephanie was legitimately furious backstage. Next is John Cena and The Rock. In one infamous segment in 2011, The Rock delivered a promo while visibly relying on promo notes written on his wrist. A rare misstep for someone known for his mic work. Cena noticed it mid-show and broke character to call it out live on TV, mocking The Rock for needing a cheat sheet. This wasn't planned. The crowd ate it up and The Rock was clearly caught off guard. Backstage sources later confirmed the moment was not part of the script, and it reportedly escalated into real-life tension between the two. From there, promos only got more personal, with Cena referencing The Rock's years away from WWE and The Rock clapping back at Cena's stale character and PG image. The feud might have been scripted on the surface, but the fire behind it was 100% real. Next is Sami Zayn. In 2019, WWE introduced a new segment called The Electric Chair, hosted by Corey Graves. The idea was simple. Superstars would sit in the hot seat and answer anything the live audience threw at them. It had potential for controversy, but instead, the debut episode featured mostly tame, forgettable questions aimed at Sami Zayn. Clearly unimpressed, Sami Zayn broke the fourth wall by saying, "You could have asked me about AEW." The unscripted shout-out to WWE's biggest rivals didn't sit well backstage. Despite its flashy debut, the electric chair was scrapped immediately, with Sami's off-the-cuff remark believing to be the final nail in the coffin. Next is Shawn Michaels. At SummerSlam 2005, wrestling fans got a dream match. Two icons, Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan, sharing the ring. But the match quickly became infamous for one reason: Shawn Michaels overselling Hulk Hogan's moves to an extreme degree. Every strike and slam was met with exaggerated reactions from HBK, making the action feel uneven and disrupting the flow of the bout. While selling is part of making wrestling believable, Shawn Michaels took it a step way too far, drawing criticism from fans and critics alike. Some say Shawn Michaels was trying to destroy Hulk Hogan's legacy by making a joke of his offense, while others say it was distracting and off script. Either way, it's a moment fans still talk about when discussing off-script moment and match dynamics, proving even legends can have awkward performances. Number 1 is the Montreal Screwjob, wrestling's most infamous off-script moment. No list of off-script moments is complete without the Montreal Screwjob, a real-life controversy that shocked the wrestling world forever. On November 9, 1997, at Survivor Series in Montreal, an unprecedented backstage betrayal unfolded during the WWE Championship match between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart was the reigning world champion and a hometown hero. He was set to leave WWE for a rival promotion, WCW, but Vince McMahon and the company feared losing the title to another departing wrestler. So without Bret's knowledge or consent, the finish of the match was changed, culminating in referee Earl Hebner calling for the bell while Shawn Michaels had Bret Hart in a sharpshooter, even though Bret had not been submitted. Bret's stunned and furious reaction was captured live, marking one of the few moments where real-life drama spilled directly onto the broadcast. The Montreal Screwjob wasn't scripted. It was a calculated and controversial decision that altered wrestling history and ignited years of debates and backstage fallout. It remains the ultimate example of how wrestling's lines between performance and reality can sometimes disappear, with consequences that resonate to this day. From shocking promos to real-life betrayals, these moments remind us that sometimes the best drama happens when the script is completely thrown out of the window. If you enjoyed this deep dive into wrestling's wildest unscripted moments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Please let me know your favorite off-script moments in the comments. Thank you for watching.